Tom Aspinall admits that Daniel Cormier in his prime would be a terrible matchup for him.
You know what I always say, and I say every time I see DC, I think he's an absolute nightmare matchup for me. He's short, he's fit, he's a good wrestler, he keeps coming at you. He would have been very, very hard work for me. But I believe that I have the power to knock anybody out, so I think I could beat him, but I think he stylistically, he's a terrible matchup for me. But I absolutely love DC, so big shout out DC.
Ahead of their fight this weekend at UFC 298, Merab has begun trolling Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo removed his longtime coach on the latest episode of UFC Countdown.
Well, Cap, I did want to talk to you and the whole team, man. Well, you were with me for my last Olympic trials. You've been there for me, but as of right now, I just want to let you know, man, that for this camp, dude, I'm getting rid of specific coaches, man. Much you included, dude.
Henry's coach Eric reposted that clip to his own Instagram. He wrote, "This is as real as it gets. Good thing, I've been wise and invested smart." Darren Till had some words for Henry over this whole situation. Darren reposted the video. He wrote, "Nah, doing that on camera is proper bad gear. Come on, Henry, do better than that, mate. Not good, that." Garry has been training with Charles Oliveira. Following his victory over Joe Pyfer this past weekend, Jack Hermansson says that he's willing to fight Khamzat Chimaev. Jack and Khamzat actually had a freestyle wrestling match 2 years ago, where Khamzat was victorious.
You mentioned you would like to fight Nasruddin Imavov. Is it just kind of makes sense? You guys fought back to back, and it kind of you're fighting up.
That's it. You know, I've just watched the rankings, and I fought a lot of guys up there, and obviously I can't come back with a fight with the unranked opponent and go direct to the top. So I need to fight someone that's closer to me in the rankings, and I think he makes the most sense at the moment.
There's somebody ranked 2 above you. You guys have had a wrestling match before with Khamzat. Would you be willing to fight Khamzat?
Of course, I'm willing to fight Khamzat. I know there's been talk of him and Cannonier and some of the other top names, so we'll see what is happening, but I would be open for that fight, and I would also love to fight Brandon Allen, but he's booked up with Vettori, and I think at the moment Imavov makes the most sense.
Speaking of fighting in Sweden, you and Khamzat could headline a Sweden card.
Yeah, definitely. That would be amazing, actually. So we have Khamzat, we have Panik Jansad, and Anton Turkal. We have a lot of other Swedish. What? Yeah, Ivana, of course. Ivana, the other Norwegian fighter. And a lot of other Swedish fighters. So let's make a card in Sweden.
Somebody stole Gordon Ryan's truck, and Gordon is offering a $5,000 reward to anybody who can help him find it.
So here in Joe Biden's America, someone just stole my TRX out of the driveway last night at 3:30 a.m. And they also stole a bunch of stuff from other people's cars, guns and stuff like that. I had a couple of John's knives in there, probably 1,000 rounds of ammunition. Anyways, I'll be offering a $5,000 reward for anyone who can point me to this truck. If you have anything, if you're in Austin or any other city or state, and you see this truck, and you can get me this truck back, I will send you $5,000. If you actually give me a piece of information that allows me to get this truck back, I'll send you $5,000. It's pretty distinguishable. the back rack on it is from the headed rack is from a company called Back Rack. It's pretty distinguishable.
Jorge Masvidal has been getting roasted on social media. This clip is going around of Jorge and the streamer Vitaly. Fans have been roasting Jorge because it looks like he put on a good bit of weight. To read off the reactions on X, Jorge Masvidal making DC look skinny in comparison. Jorge Masvidal has really been enjoying that 3-piece in a soda. Someone replied, looks more like a 12-piece in an XL soda. What the f happened? Isn't he supposed to make a comeback? Once upon a time, Jorge Masvidal looked like this. Safe to say Jorge Masvidal will not be doing anything athletic this year. Jorge Masvidal looking like Jesus on his third plate at the Last Supper. Jorge Masvidal heavyweight now? He's on the Habib tiramisu diet. And here's an article. It says former UFC title chaser Jorge Masvidal has been accused of piling on weight since he retired from MMA last year. Ariel Helwani gave some information on UFC 300 today on the MMA Hour. Ariel says the UFC has been working on Leon Edwards versus Khamzat Chimaev. However, they're having difficulties getting Khamzat to the United States.
I think, right now, if the UFC had their way, if they can snap their fingers and make the biggest fight in their mind happen, and the fight that they've been working on happen, and have their say as to what is the main event for UFC 300, I think that they would make Leon Edwards versus Khamzat Chimaev. I believe, based on my conversations, that when Dana White is talking about, the hurdles and the issues and the different things at play in terms of making this fight and how troublesome it has been, I believe that's securing Khamzat's ability to fight in the United States. This has been rumored for quite some time that he has, for whatever reason, some issues coming over to the States. The last time he fought here was in Jacksonville almost 2 years ago. And so I believe that that's been part of the holdup. If they can't, for whatever reason, secure that matchup, I think they would look at a potential Khamzat versus DDP, but I think that the top choice is Leon versus Khamzat. This could all fizzle out, and I think we'll find out in the next few days. But I believe that is the top choice at the moment. I also believe those other 3 fights are at play as well. Leon Bilal, Izzy DDP, and Khamzat DDP as well. And so let's see what happens.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos.
Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from the Jesse Lamb. It says nobody cares about any news on Kevin Lee or Darren Till. The second one's from Gabriel Soul. It says hearing Kevin Lee talk about wanting the winner of Conor and Chandler just shows how much he hasn't learned. And the final one's from Mr. G. Floyd. It says that comedian is so lucky he wasn't married to John Jones that night.
Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.